Well, he's a wealthy guy. He owns a lot of McDonald's. That's great. Thank you. Okay. Oh, I think it's good. You want to do it? Yeah.
We gotta hit that timer. Bring that one up. I'm gonna take care of these.
Okay.
Right there, right there. Got it.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Now we can put that right far right, hang it right up there.
Yeah.
And then you want to do the salt over here?
Yeah.
I did these ones already, they're good. You just gotta do that one right there. So grab that.
Let me give him extra salt.
No, no. Yep. Oh, yep, good.
Okay.
Right there. And then we're gonna grab the fry scoop right here.
Right.
Put it into there and just give him a twirl.
Beyond parody for one famous actor.
I would not mind doing a send-up of Trump. You know, I think he's a wonderful object of satire. In fact, I've written satirical poetry books about the Trump and his entire crazy world from his first term. Things are getting so grave, it's getting harder and harder to make fun of the subject without feeling like you're normalizing it.
John Lithgow would state Trump is a wonderful object of satire. Indeed he is, but...
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
He continues to play footsie with being above the law, a king per se.
How worried are you about where America is right now?
I'm very worried about America. I think it's a critical moment for democracy on the most basic level.
And we should all be worried.
Rwanda, I know, will not be found wanting. I can assure you of that.
Because the man's health is undoubtedly declining. By the way, where is Jake Tapper?
We've touched upon Donald Trump, and you've been asked a few times to play him, and you've said no, maybe give it a few years. How many years do you think you'd have to give it?
Well, his story has to come to an end, I think, before I would play him.
Fair enough. For Lithgow,
it turns out I'm a kind of a comic and versifying chronicler of this crazy age. I wrote to delight people, but also to remind them just exactly what's going on, and with any luck to get them a little angry and make them vote. It turns out that satirical verse is a great way of just getting people's attention. Who knew that impeachment, the coronavirus pandemic, and the Black Lives Matter activism would all just explode in our faces? Well, I've written about all those things, and in comic verse. There's a big allegory called The Tories, or The Tiger King, which basically tells the story of the Republican Party, as if it were a family who adopted an adorable tiger kitten who grew up to be a monstrous tiger who ate them all alive. To me, that's exactly what's happened to the Republican Party. That's the kind of way I treated it.
he has written satirical books on the subject.
Certainly, the Trump administration is not beyond satire. Satire has exploded. Isn't it an amazing thing that every single late night talk show is almost entirely devoted to taking down Donald Trump and his administration? It's a booming trade. Poetry, in general, has lost its place in the sort of intellectual and cultural universe. Poetry is certainly out there, and it's certainly important, and we have our great poets. But I think poetry, before radio and television and film came along, was a really urgent medium of communication. I've always been a kind of covert political activist. I've never traded on my celebrity such as it is to express myself politically. Maybe it's just my own kind of reticent nature, if not spinelessness, but I've never gotten onto the barricades. Literary entertainment was a perfectly logical way for me to finally sort of come out of the closet politically. Donald Trump has dragged me into the public arena. He's the first politician who has truly enraged me and appalled me and scared me. Donald Trump is just simply destroying the institutions. He intends to make himself the only institution of government. I mean, that's the bottom line. His entire bullying attitude, everything about him just enrages me. And yet I'm not quick to anger. I just feed all my rage into some other way of expressing myself. As an actor, I'm accustomed to expressing other people's words. And it's only here in my old age that I'm expressing myself with my own words.
And in an interview with the New York State Writers Institute, he expressed his rage and what motivated him to write in the first place.
It's interesting to think of Trump as my collaborator. Trumpty Dumpty wanted a crown. Certainly he is the one who's given me my best material. He wanted a robe made of ermine and velvet. The Constitution, he wanted to shelve it.
I don't know. We're hardly a comedy duo. I had no idea what I would write, but it suddenly occurred to me to sing my song to my literary agent, and his voice literally lit up in front of me, and he said, "There's your book." And that's how I became a political, satirical versifier. I did have an anxiety about it. The whole phenomenon of Donald Trump, one very upsetting thing about it is half the country disagrees with me. Or not quite half, thank God. But that's the satirist's job, to go ahead and express that feeling. In my editorial in the Post, I call it the satirist's dilemma. Number one, you're only preaching to the converted. The only people interested in my book are people who agree with me. Number two, doesn't change anybody's mind as a consequence of that. And that is simply a depressing fact. But this is an era of depression on so many levels. I really did think people needed something that would both cheer them up and get their political rocks off too.
He would explain that process to the Washington Post.
With impeachment awash, his ambition had grown. He wanted an orb, a scepter, a throne, 6 royal palaces, 6 royal carriages, a church dispensation for 6 royal marriages, courtiers installed on his own Supreme Court, and royal beheadings, if only for sport. He craved the occasional royal procession and, gasp, the eventual royal succession. Trumpty Dumpty gets his way unless the public has something to say. If we let him have all of his favorite things, we'll have to endure the divine right of kings. That's the first of 32 poems in my new book. I wrote it for 3 reasons: to make you laugh, to make you mad, and to make you remember. And maybe also to make you vote.
And he even read one section to Chronicle Prism on YouTube. Please check it out if you can. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.